Hello and welcome to this episode of Ground Zero on Herald TV.
Till date, everyone has neglected this issue.
This issue is hidden from the public also. There has to be a public way to come and resolve.
See, the problem here is no one is accountable for whatever they are doing.
Everyone's money. If things can be handled properly, if there is no mess like here, then there should be no issue.
Today India is sending spacecraft to the moon and doing moon research. We cannot solve one Sonsodo issue. It's a shame.
What you can see behind me is a monument of political will that has failed for several years, decades if I'm not wrong. This is the Sonsodo dumping site, which was to the ground nearly about 16 years ago. Now it has reached to 2 stories and is being covered every year after year. There have been attempts to bioremediate this dump here, but the problem is that the bioremediation period and the down period during which the garbage is coming and filling into the dump is becoming such a big headache that equal amount of or equal or more amount of garbage is coming and is being dumped into this dump here. To add to the problems, the garbage treatment plant that has been functioning for some time, it was functioning, it wasn't functioning, there have been issues surrounding that, has completely stopped now, and the entire the municipality as a last resort, and after the High Court intervention, has to send all the garbage to Saligaon treatment plant and the new Kakoda treatment plant, which has seen opposition there also. Now there is a complete impasse as far as the garbage is concerned at Sonsodo. We will go ahead and speak to people who have been following up this issue for quite some time. But before that, we are going to show you around the garbage treatment plant and the condition in which the plant and the dump is right now. Let's go there and have a watch at what is going on inside the plant.
Garbage mismanagement at Sonsodo dump is an old story. However, to understand how this small heap of garbage at Sonsodo turned into a 4 lakh metric ton plus 15 meter high dump, one needs to peep into the chronology of events that happened in last 20 years. If one tries to sift through the layers and layers of Sonsodo dump, one has to go back to what happened 2 decades ago and how all of this began. The MMC had started work on garbage at Sonsodo in the year 2000. After that, there have been several attempts to resolve the garbage issues with money and legislations, but all in vain, mainly because of no political will and disastrous garbage management.
The Sonsodo issue has got raked up again because of the Kakoda and the Saligaon plant rejecting to accept the garbage to their plants, and there is a big chaos that is happening as far as garbage is concerned in Margaon and Fatorda and Kudsari also to some extent is concerned. The losers are actually the people who stay around, who have been facing the stench, and it's a we can call it this as a monument of a disastrous waste management planning. To talk about this in detail, we have with us Vivek Naik, Cedric Da Costa and Rashid D'Souza, who have been following this garbage issue for quite some time. We'll first talk to Vivek Naik and see and listen from him what he has to say about the scene of garbage that is going on in Margaon right now. Vivek, garbage issue has never got resolved in Margaon as far as Sonsodo garbage, the legacy dump is concerned. What do you have to say about that?
प्रत्येक बाब पहिले प्रथम तुझे हांव अभिनंदन करता. जे आमी कोण पळय मडगांवां ल्हानाचे व्हड जाल्या हे आमी गार्बेजी कडेन फक्त गार्बेज अशें म्हणून पळयना. ही आमची सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. हातून पॉलिटिक्स कीप असायड. आय एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन पॉलिटिक्स. एज अ सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी I want all our public representatives to look at this matter very seriously. Till date, everyone has neglected this issue. आमी जेन्ना पळय ल्हानांच्यान व्हड जाले, ल्हान आसतना आमी पळयताले की तो म्युन्सिपाल्टीचो मनीस सकाळी फुडें कचरो घेवन येतालो. जावं एक थंय डस्टबीन आसतालें, त्या डस्टबिनान व्हरून उडोवप आशिल्लें. तो ट्रक येतालो, तांबडे कलरचो एक ट्रक आशिल्लो, तातूंत हें आसतालें, शटर आसतालें. तो गार्बेज घेतालो, वतालो, जालें, मडगांव लीक. त्या वेळार सुद्दां आमचे कडेन हांगसर हें नाशिल्लें, ट्रिटमेंट प्लांट नाशिल्लो, गार्बेज ट्रिटमेंट जायनाशिल्लें. फक्त सनसड्यार हाडून हाडून गार्बेज डंप करताले. हें आतां पोर्चुगीज जेन्ना पळय हांगा आशिल्लें कामरादी सालसेत म्हणून जेन्ना पळय आशिल्लें पयलीं, त्या वेळच्यान हें सुरू. आनी आमचो जो आयचो जो पळय आमदार बाब दिगंबर कामत आमकां रिप्रेझेंट करता, तो गेली 29 वर्सां आमदार म्हूण आसा. आनी आमी जेन्ना पळय कॉलेजीन आशिल्ले अरावंड 83-84, तेन्ना म्हाजो मित्र बाब वाल्मिकी पालेर मेयर आशिल्लो, त्या वेळार दिगंबर कामत नगरसेवक. सो ताका 10-15 वर्सां एज नगरसेवक म्हणून ताका एक्सपिरियन्स आसा. आनी तो म्युन्सिपाल्टीन कितें जाता ताजें ईच एंड एवरीथींग ताका खबर आसा. तातूंतली ह्या 29 वर्सांतली 5 वर्सां तो चीफ मिनिस्टर आशिल्लो. 12 काय 15 वर्सां तो तुगेलो आमचो अर्बन मिनिस्टर, मागीर मायन्स मिनिस्टर, कितें कितें म्हणून आशिल्लो. ताणें हो इश्यू त्या वेळार रिजॉल्व करपाक आशिल्लो, तें जालें ना. जर मनोहर पर्रीकारान त्या वेळार जर सालिगांव जर तो ट्रिटमेंट प्लांट केला जो केला आनी काकोडे जो मागीर केला, तें जर करूं नाशिल्लें, आज गोंयची परिस्थिती कितें जातली आशिल्ली ताचो विचार कर. एकूय कडेन ना. तूं अशें समजशी की हांगा जालें ना, हांगासर जे पळय आख्खे गोंयान जे पळय खंयच्याच एडमिनिस्ट्रेशनान पयशे मोडूना, ताजे डबल जावं ट्रिपल पयशे सनसड्याचेर मोडल्या.
There has to be a public will to come and resolve. Now see, there is so much of activism. People go and fight for various things. There is a lot of activism happening in Goa, but when it comes to Sonsodo, the participation of the people also is lacking because they are taking it for granted that their representative will do something, either MLA, either the councillor or the chairperson. But what is happening is, I feel sorry because our dump, our garbage is coming and getting dumped here. And the neighboring areas, there's a school here, there are residential area here. Everybody is getting the stench, suffering. When it rains, there's a leachate going down. It is also a massive health hazard here. But nobody talks about the health issue. In fact,
is it then the local political will or the state politics will, lack of political will in the state or
since this area, I mean, the 3 constituencies are affected, and then of course the neighboring constituencies also. It starts from maybe the panchayat, the municipal representatives, right up to their sarpanch, chairperson. Then it goes up to the MLA. Then the minister, whoever is responsible. So it has to be a collective effort by all these people to get together and resolve it for the people. Also, the people have to be behind them because I'm a responsible citizen. Like, my wet waste will never go out. I ensure that I cure it in my backyard in a very health-oriented, efficient manner. Only my dry waste will go here and there because of the door collection. Again, there is hospital waste. There are tube lights. There's a lot of
So the different kinds of waste, but there are no answers as such. What they are doing.
There has not been an answer since the 70s. It has only grown, and every time there are projections coming in. There are things are brought to the public and shown. Plant there are inaugurations, foundation stones are laid. This company is given contract. Now see, there are so many rats here. This laborers are working in a very hazard environment. They don't even have proper gloves, as we have seen in the dump. And see the leachate flowing.
So many issues interviewed into one. But what you said, Cedric, about activism, activists and people's participation. There has been an organization which has been working, and Rashid is a part of. Rashid has been a part of that organization, which has taken up the issue right up till the High Court, and they have got some relief also from the High Court recently. Rashid, can you take us through the entire petition, meaning the main parts of the petition and what currently is happening?
So I'll start with a little bit of history about our organization. In fact, we called our organization Citizens for Sonsodo. We didn't use the word against. Because before that there have been a lot of movements, there have been a lot of meetings, everybody. So we wanted to create a positive vibe to our movement. And we got together, we got people from Fatauda, from Margaon and from Maina Kuttori, because these are all 3 areas which are affected by Sonsodo. And initially we tried to resolve it through dialogue. We have made petitions, letters to right from the municipality to the chief minister and the governor. Throughout the collector, everyone we have made letters to, asking to resolve the problem, giving suggestions. But we found that we were just being stonewalled. We were being told that yes, we are solving it, we are doing this, we are given this contract to so and so, we have given that contract to so and so. It was all about numbers. So many crores contract is given here, so many crores contract is given there, but the problem was not getting solved. The Sonsodo dump was becoming so high that it was almost going to be higher than the mountain across the road.
Right.
Finally, we decided that the court would be our only option. So we filed the petition in the court. Rock Mascarenhas, as you know, he is the secretary of our organization, so he is the main person there. But we've all got all the information and all together. And at that point, the municipality kept saying to us, no, the old dump is the problem. We have a plant which is processing the fresh waste. We are managing the fresh waste and all that. So our petition was concentrating on the old dump, you know, because we wanted it cleared. Like they said, every time you passed here, it would stink. Leachate is getting into the groundwater. I have grown up just across this hill, and the wells in my area, in fact, my dad's the only well that is still okay and usable. But before that, the whole area, all the wells have been closed up because the water has got polluted. So I'm not sure how we got
But
here,
the thing
till
that
now
they,
it is okay.
they claim that daily waste is being managed. What do you think?
So yeah, so the point is, when we went and filed the petition, the first thing we got an interim order that they have to stop any fresh dumping on the old dump. And then finally the final order was to clear the dump. Now you see the result of that. The minute that happened, this plant became a dump. If you today go in there and see, it is piled till the roof with fresh garbage, which tells us that this plant could never treat garbage. It was just a eyewash that it was a big plant, whatever crores that they spent to treat garbage. But what we have realized they were doing was garbage was entering from one side, and from the other side it was being taken out and put on the old dump. So the minute that was stopped by the High Court, they had nowhere to go, and this plant, and you have seen the effect. The walls have collapsed and all with the pressure of the garbage that was just being put there and nowhere to go. It was not being processed, no compost coming out, no dry waste being segregated and sent for you know, for recycling or anything like that. So this shows us that this plant was never a plant that would work.
It's just a compilation of several wrong decisions, or maybe decisions that never changed the...
It's like you said, is it political will? I think yeah, because if there was political will, they would have made sure they put a plant that could work. Because if you look at the contract when this plant was given, the contract very clearly says that this plant not only would treat fresh day-to-day garbage, and mind you, at that point of time there was no question of segregated garbage. It was fresh day-to-day garbage which would be mixed, plus the plant was supposed to treat all the old legacy waste. That was the contract that was originally given to the people who put up this plant.
So it was a breach,
after which the solid waste management rules came, which saved them to a certain extent, which said that garbage has to be segregated, which I agree, it has to be segregated. So at least fresh garbage would be segregated and given to them. But their contracts also said that they would handle all the old garbage which they never could. So it proves that the plant that was put and the contract was given on a particular basis. But it was the plant was not able to meet that. So why was I think it was 12 or 14 crores or something spent on that?
It's a
It's
complete
a question
waste
that you have to ask.
Not only that, the whatever soil was extracted from here is used by, has been sold by the same municipal people who are involved here. And what bypass you can see from Nome to Vernay, the soil from here is used. But the problem here is no one is accountable for whatever they are doing.
So there has responsibility has to fix on someone. We have seen administration after this thing, Portuguese rule, and those officers were sitting there. Each and every citizen of Margans to get scared of them. even want to get one letter from municipal council was a big this thing. I mean, there is a fight.
Right. But now
But
there's-
nowadays, if
it's
you
all degraded.
no, the thing has become you do any illegal thing, Godfather will take care of you. आयज पर्यंत आमकां मडगांवां असो एक विजनरी लीडर दिसना. The one who will think of entire Margaon or entire Goa, all are self-centered. तेंगे आपल्या वॉर्ड जालो, पावस पडलो, झाडां कापली, हें जालें, क्लीन जालें. आपल्याक हे लेबरर जाय, अरे तुमगे लेबरर हें ते तुमी म्हणटा फक्त झाडां
कॉस्मेटिक डेव्हलपमेंट म्हणतात.
कॉस्मेटिक. तूं तेंचे वाड्यार पळय, तांगे ड्रेनेज सारके आसल्यार पळय, ना ते कसलोय रस्तो वायडनींग आसा ना, खंय खंय कडेन तुका इल्लिगल फक्त खंय काडटा, कोण खोप काडटा, थंय दुकान घालता, कोण रावता, फक्त इल्लिगल. ते कितें करता, फक्त आपल्याली वोट बँक जशी घट जाली, दॅट इज द एंड ऑफ इट.
So Cedric has been writing for Herald for some time ago. How do you see the role of municipality in this entire meaning we can call it a fiasco because it's not solved yet.
See, like how Vivek said earlier, from the 80s, there has been good municipal administrators who were proactive. And like, for example, I think Valmiki Falero, the good mayor that we saw in the city, he got rid of pig rearing in the city, in Marga, if I'm not mistaken. Because he had the will to do it, because at that point of time there was uncertainty, there were diseases coming in, so he got that rule passed that there was no pig rearing in Marga, which was a very good rule, which was helpful. But what happens is, over the period of time, we 5 years on election at the board, 6 months before the election, we yourself have participated. I myself have participated. So what happens is, they drum up support, then somebody will come, the Godfather, as he said, will come, put his candidates. Another Godfather 2 will come, he'll put his candidates, get them elected. Once they elected, you have ever see them in the ward again. And even this door-to-door collection is not done properly. Like how we were discussing earlier, the door-to-door collection has to be segregated. Okay, wet waste, dry waste.
I don't think they've been able to achieve that.
Because there is no proper supervision there at that level, and we are hiring staff because it's a low-paid job, so we will not get very qualified staff. Those who are collecting it, they are just dumping it again. So it's again, once we have got rid of those dustbins, those dustbins are come. They are the hotspots of garbage in the city. And mind you, one more aspect: this dump has caught fire so many times.
Right.
Can you imagine the amount of destruction it has caused to the environment? Okay. Also to human beings. Last time there was a fire for almost 15 days, which could not be doused. It could happen again in the coming years in summer.
We do not consider these factors which remain unknown, but these also matter a lot. Rashid, finally, what do you think solution? If we talk about solution, what do you think can be a probable solution?
So I will ask you one question. You spoke about at the start that people in Kakoda and Saligaon are not happy about the fact that the Sonsodo waste is being sent there. Now, I believe that plants in Kakoda and Saligaon are a few hundred crores. I'm not sure, 200, 500 crores, and supposed to be plants that can manage garbage. Now, if they really can manage garbage properly, then there is no reason anyone should have an objection to garbage coming, because those 200 and 500 crores belong to the whole state of Goa. It's everyone's money. If things can be handled properly, if there is no mess like here, then there should be no issue. But this objection tells me that even at those plants, it is not being managed properly. There will be management to a much better extent than this, definitely. But definitely, and
Not
this is what I've
suitable.
heard from people from those areas, that there is still a lot of garbage being thrown out which cannot be handled by the plant. They dump it around somewhere else. There is, leachate being left in the surrounding
on the road,
areas
actually.
and all those
That
things.
was one of the problems that the people from Saligaon said, that there is a lot of leakage of leachate that is happening.
So I think that we have to stop thinking of this 200 crores, 500 crores, 1000 crores. It cannot solve. Like I think both my friends here said, it starts with us. Social responsibility is there. So we have to start it at home. We should try and not create garbage. And by that I mean, yes, there are things we consume which at the end of the day have to be disposed of. But wet waste, in most places it can be handled at source. Every building society, I think there are rules that say they should have composting units, composting pits. So if that is enforced, you won't have wet waste coming out. There will be a minimal amount where people are not able to handle. in the past we never had wet waste coming out every house. In fact, even today in the villages, if you see, in the villages, if you see today, every house is composting their own garbage. They may not do it scientifically. They just dig a hole and they bury it, and it becomes compost over months. But today there are ways where it can be composted within weeks and a month. You have from wet waste to compost. So it can be done in cities as well. Composting. So you have to minimize the amount of garbage that is being sent to a plant. Only and then dry waste. Today, if you look at all this here, a lot of this could have gone for recycling if it was properly segregated and handled at source. But it is all being mixed up into a truck, brought here in this mess of wet waste. It is completely contaminated. No recycler will take it. So there is no solution but to bale it like this and try to send it somewhere. But I believe even where they were sending it, there is a problem with the cement plants where they're supposed to send it for the furnace. So there's never going to be a solution. It is just going to be from here we take our problem and put it somewhere else. So unless we reduce how much we bring to these big plants, try to handle whatever we can at source, try and stop using plastic and things that cannot be managed. This problem is never going to be solved. These 200, 500,000 crore projects are only projects to take big commissions, nothing else. That's all that they create, but they don't solve any other problem.
इलेक्शनाच्या मागचे आयलंड
Before yes. But the attendance of public that time was very mild because there could be people telling them not to support this initiative because they had taken an initiative. I remember your editor, Sujay Gupta, was there in town, Custom Miranda. So they had been taking initiatives, but people's involvement also is there because if the people put pressure on their elected representatives, because Sonsodo is a reflection of how our wards in Margao are not taken care of, as Mr. Vivek had said. Because if in the ward everything is taken care of ward-wise, then I think Sonsodo will not exist in the next.
तातूंत कितें जालां मडगांवकार जे पळय जाले न्ही ते मातशे थोडे सेल्फ सेंटर्ड जाल्ले आसा. सेल्फ सेंटर्ड म्हणजे स्वार्थी. म्हाका जर एक गव्हर्मेंट खंयच्या डिपार्टमेंटान एक कोणें जर काम दिलें, आय एम हॅपी इन दॅट. तूं कितेंय कर मडगांवचें, आमकां पडोवन गेल्लें ना. म्हाका जॉब ताणें दिला, आय एम ग्रेटफूल टू हिम. सो म्हाजी ड्युटी तो सांगता तेकाच मत मारप, जाय तो कावन्सिलर तोच हाडप. अरे आयज आमचे कडेन हांगा SSC जावनाशिल्लो मनीस कावन्सिलर आसा मडगांव सारके शहरान. हें आमचें दुर्भाग्य ना हांगा. कितले करतलो. आनी इलेक्शन जशें आयलें आमी 5,000 10,000 घेतले आनी जाय तेका मत मारतले. सो हाव यू एक्सपेक्ट टू बी अ गुड दिस थिंग हू विल रिप्रेझेंट इन अ बेटर वे टू अस. सो वी आर फोर्स्ड टू हॅव दिस टायप ऑफ सेम दिस थिंग with the help of money power. नाल्यार तूं ताका सांग आज आमचें पळय हें आसा गार्बेज हें पार्किंग मडगांवां जावं रोड वायडनींग बस स्टँड हे जे मेजर इश्यू म्हणजे डेली लोकांक डेली लायफान लागता हाजेर कांय विचारूच जालो ना.
सोल्युशन
And as he says about Margaon Swarthi, the other problem with this Sonsodo is although the garbage belongs to Margaon and Fatorda, the people of Margaon and Fatorda are not affected by it so much except for the few people who are living around this place. The people who are actually affected it
are on the other side.
Maina and Kurtori who pass this side, Raya, Rashol, and a few people living. So the people of Margaon and Fatorda, although they create this, they don't realize what they are creating. They have not suffered the consequences of this dump.
Probably
and so that is why they do not probably also get so active and do not only in resolving it themselves, but even putting pressure on the councillors, the municipality, the political class to resolve this problem. Because they don't see the problem, they don't face it, they don't experience it. People who are living around here and who pass this side regularly are the ones who really suffer this problem.
But in winter,
my request to all Madgaonkars, all citizens of Goa, let us not look at this issue as a political issue. Let us look at this issue as a social responsibility. Right from the creating our this thing garbage till it is disposed of, we have to be responsible. My request to our MLA, Punch, then councillors and Honorable CM, please look in the matter and give us permanent solution.
It's time to time again like before because this Sonsodo issue got so much, it exploded actually, and then which gave rise to activists who went to court and got a solution to this. I hope that in the near future this petition by the citizens for Sonsodo will also give a solution to the Sonsodo issue. But I think it's time that people also again start a movement that will wake up the political class, the municipality, the state government, to resolve this issue once and for all, which has been a big eyesore for quite some time for the city Margao town, Kurtori, and also for Fatroda, people of Fatroda. It has consumed a lot of time of several people in creating awareness, as well as waking up the political class, which is now expected to find a resolution for this Sonsodo issue. Now again, a resolution for this Sonsodo issue.